One of these teams will be right back here in 2 weeks for Super Bowl 58 as we are underway from New Orleans. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Let's go now. 60 even. Hey, check that streak. Lightning, 18.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Back to throw. McCrary. That is caught by Cohen. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. A nice throw there. And this is a quarterback, you remember, looking to do what no other rookie has done, and that's lead his team into the Super Bowl.
And now you've made me go back down memory lane a little bit because we have had a few guys come close. Think about Patrick Mahomes in 2018. Second year in the league, but his first as a full-time starter. I go back to 2000 with the Vikings and Dante Culpepper. Also his first year as a starter. But this would be something I think would be very noteworthy.
Tackled by Emmanuel Mosley.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Check, man. Check, man.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Throwing on first down. McCrary into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum. You know, almost like they're saying, okay, no one expects us to win this one. Let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this time of year, it's going to be tough to take them out of it, but that's a heck of a start.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now on 2nd and 13, Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road. You're under the lights. National television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real. And a pretty nice opening statement.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Off play action. McCrary. Olave holds it in. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. And this is good for a first down, his second grab of this NFC Championship bout. They'll run up the middle with Cohen. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Corners are known for their ability to cover, but those that'll stick their nose in against the running game, that's a bonus for any team. And what a nice play right there, tackling him for a loss.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McCrary. He finds his man, complete. It's Peters. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. McCrary, throw left side, complete. That's Holmes. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down.
Come on.
Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tariq Cohen taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Saints have taken the lead here this NFC Championship game. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the... And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Lutz good on the extra point. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Lutz now to kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Lance going back to the air after the pick 6. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowsky to punt the football. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Pulled in at the 24. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge, because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down. McCrary swings this out here for Cohen. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive rate.
And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. McCrary firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, these are the situations that really test a defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Over the middle, complete. It's Peters. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That's good for 28 yards.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
First down, a run with Cohen. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Cohen gets it again on 2nd. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Tries the left side and finds Olave. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The kick by Lutz is good, and they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Lance looking to throw it. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Lance. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. To throw, it's Lance. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. Past the 20. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Fields the squib kick right around the 30. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they have work to do in the second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl. Now Lance throws the interception, his third. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. And that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Holmes. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Will Lutz now to try the New Orleans field goal. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Throwing again on second down. Lance. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Lance looks to throw again. Again to the big tight end, George Kittle. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. And if you're going to pass down here, you better get that in the end zone.
I agree with you totally. And as we both know, the field's already condensed. There's just not a lot of space. So you've got to create some by getting some people downfield into the end zone. If you want to throw it short, you've got to have some movement, some room in order to do that. That one didn't work.
And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. Now a give to the big fullback, Juszczyk. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Kyle Juszczyk taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Niners get a bit closer. Lance going to try to throw for this. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion. Caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
Hey, check that, street.
They'll start with a give to Cohen. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards, good for his Saints, 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Check pass.
Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. On 1st down, they go right back to Cohen. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
To throw on 2nd down, McCrary. Open man downfield is Hill. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. A run between the tackles with Cohen. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down, fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the 1st down. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Will Lutz now to try the New Orleans field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. A give to Cohen. He heads right. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Slot man moves right. Cohen gets it again on 2nd. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Tariq Cohen, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Saints are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Lutz with the extra point, and that will bump the lead up to 26. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Off of play action, here's Lance. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Desperation time here. Lance. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball-hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to